Hey, my friend, remember when I told you that Heaven's Press just released a headline about you? God is doing something new. And here's the exciting part: God is already at work. He's moving, He's creating. The question is, why can't we see it? That's why I'm starting a new series called No More Blind Seasons, because Isaiah 43:19 says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it?" Throughout this series, we're tackling 4 blind spots that keep us from seeing what God's doing right now. And starting with the most common one, the past. And while your receipt may be blocking your view, today's episode is Faith Has Receipts. And you're about to see what you've been missing. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, faith has receipts. Let me explain. God has showed up for you and for me so many times. That breakthrough you prayed for, receipt. The door that He opened out of nowhere, receipt. Proof of His goodness, multiple receipts. And it's beautiful to remember those moments. But sometimes we get so focused on how God moved then that we miss how He's moving right now. We expect Him to show up the same way, and when it doesn't look the same, we can't recognize it. So what keeps us from seeing God's new thing? Expecting it to look just like the past. The miracles you remember were meant to point you forward in faith, not keep you parked in the past. So here's what I want you to see. The past is proof, not a prison. Let me read something to you. Isaiah 43:16 through 18 reads, "This is what the Lord says. He who made a way through the sea, a path through the mighty waters, who drew out the chariots and horses, the army and reinforcements together, and they lay there never to rise again, extinguished, snuffed out like a wick. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past." Did you catch that? God brings up the Red Sea, one of the greatest miracles in Israel's history. He reminds them, I made a way through the sea. I took down Pharaoh's entire army. But then immediately says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. Wait, hold up, God. Run that back for me. You just brought it up. Why tell us to remember it and then tell us to forget it? Here's what He's doing. He's not freezing their focus on what He did. He's stirring their faith for what He's about to do. The Red Sea was proof of who God is, but it was never meant to be the only way they expected Him to move. And we do this too. We get so attached to how God moved that when He starts doing something new, we miss it. We're watching for the old patterns instead of His fresh presence. Think about this. Could it be that you're not blind to God's new thing? You're just looking for the old thing. Let that sink in. Here's the truth. You can't cling on to the method and still follow the movement. Pastor Stephen Furtick from Elevation Church says it like this: forget not His faithfulness, but forget the form that it came in. That's it. Remember what God did, but release how He did it. Paul knew this. In Philippians 3:13 and 14, he talks about forgetting what's behind and pressing toward what's ahead. If we stay focused on our past, even the good parts, we'll miss the prize in front of us. Your testimony is a movie trailer, not a museum. Let gratitude propel you forward, not chain you to yesterday. God is a God of movement, and He's not done with you yet. Actually, let me show you something wild. There's this moment where God literally stopped something miraculous He's been doing for like 40 years. And when it stopped, people had to make a decision. Would they trust His faithfulness even when His method changed? Let's go to Joshua 5. Joshua 5, 11 and 12. Listen to what happened. The day after Passover, they ate of the produce of the land, unleavened bread and roasted grain. The manna stopped. The day after they ate from the produce of the land, and the children of Israel no longer had manna. That year, they ate what the land of Canaan yielded. For 40 years, every single morning, manna showed up miraculously, constant. They didn't even have to work for it, it just appeared. But the moment they stepped into the promised land and ate of what the land produced, the manna stopped. Just like that. Can you imagine waking up the next morning, going outside expecting bread from heaven? How wonderful. And there's nothing. Wow. I wonder if they panicked. I wonder if they thought, did we do something wrong here? Is God upset with us? But here's what really happened. God wasn't withdrawing His provision, He was shifting the delivery method. Remember, you can't cling on to the method and still follow the movement. Now He's saying, it's time to plant, it's time to harvest, it's time to partner with me in the land I've given you. Have you ever experienced that? Something that used to feed you suddenly stops. Maybe it's a job that once fulfilled you and now it doesn't anymore. It could be a friendship that used to strengthen you, now it's draining you. A routine that worked for years now feels empty. And you're wondering, what happened? Did I miss something? Here's what I want you to understand. Sometimes God lets the manna stop, not because He's done providing, but because He's teaching you how to receive in a new way. The miracle isn't falling from the sky anymore. Now it's growing in the ground you're standing on. It requires planting, watering, trusting the harvest will come. Same God, same provision, different method. At my church, we have a saying: the only thing constant at Love and True Church is change. Same with God. He never changes, but His methods do. And you can't fit stale manna into God's new thing. You must release the old to step into what He's doing now. So, when was the last time God challenged you to do something different? Don't resist it. That's not Him abandoning you. That's Him inviting you to grow. That's Him moving you forward into partnership, into maturity, and into the fullness of what He's prepared for you. The manna stopped, but the provision didn't. And listen, I get it because I've lived this. I used to speak in front of people, I preach, I teach. That's my manna. That's how I knew God used me. But then God told me to start this YouTube channel. And honestly, I resisted for a while because on camera, it felt awkward, unfamiliar. And I'm thinking, God, I'm already doing this. I'm already doing what you called me to do. Why change it? Then He gave me Matthew 28, 19, 20. Go. and make disciples of all nations, teaching them. And it hit me. God hadn't changed the assignment. He was enlarging my territory. In the room, my voice can reach hundreds, but through this camera, thousands, maybe more. Same calling, same message, different method. Friend, I still speak to live audiences. That hasn't changed. But if I had stayed stuck on how God used me before, I wouldn't be sitting right here talking to you right now. So if God is asking you to step into something new, something uncomfortable, don't resist it. That's Him enlarging your territory. That's Him moving you into your promised land. Your old method, it worked, but your new assignment requires a new approach. Okay, friends, let's bring it home. Faith has receipts, and they matter. They remind us of God's faithfulness, but they're not the blueprint for what's next. The Red Sea was real. The manna was real. My stage is still very real. But God added this camera, and He's not taking away, He's expanding. So here's what I want you to do this week. Number one, list your receipts. Write down how God has showed up for you. Thank Him. Celebrate His faithfulness. Number two, check your expectations. Are you waiting for God to move the same way again? Is that keeping you from seeing what He's doing even now? And number three, release and receive. Pray, God, I'm letting go of how you did it. Now open my eyes to see how you're moving right now. Remember His faithfulness, release the form, and follow the movement. God is doing a new thing, and it's greater than you can imagine, but you must let go to see it. Now, think about this. What if the problem isn't your past, it's the lens you're using to look at your future? Next time, the filter that blocks your view. I'm going to show you exactly what distorts your vision and how to see God's grace clearly again. Listen, you don't want to miss it, okay? If this helped you, subscribe and share with someone else who needs it. Let's keep blooming beyond together. I'll see you next time.